Hi, I'd like to talk to you this afternoon about putting your binding strips together. So that's when you've sewn your binding all the way around and now you need to join those two ends together. This seems to be the part that stumps a lot of us. So what I like to do is take one of those ends and just trim off. And I call that piece my cheater piece. So I'm going to open that up. And it doesn't matter whether your strips have been cut at 2.5 inches or 2.25 inches, your cheater strip is always going to be helping you out, and it's done in the same method regardless of the size. So I'm going to take that cheater strip and I'm going to place it on top of that piece of binding that's been sewn onto my quilt. I'm going to overhang it just a little bit, so it's a little bit more than 1/4 inch. And place that back down there. Take the other end of the binding strip we've sewn all the way around. This is the excess part, and I'm just going to cut it just on the left side of that cheater strip. So now I've got my overlap. So we'll just review that again. We're going to take that cheater strip, place it on top of that binding strip, bring that excess over, and I've cut it so that it's at the edge of the left-hand side. Get rid of that cheater piece. Now I'm going to take my right hand piece of binding, bring it towards me, open it right up so that right side is up. I'm going to take the left hand piece of binding, I'm going to bring it over top, and now I've got one going vertically, one going horizontally, and now I can pin it so that it stays where I want it to stay, and I'm ready to take this over to the sewing machine. So I'm just going to pin it. So you always want to pin it so that you can see where that corner piece is that you're going to take away. You can see we've actually got a line drawn where we're going to cut it so that we can take that away. Once I've sewn on that line where my pins are, then I'm just going to go back and just check to make sure that it's going to work and it just fits in there beautifully. Now I'll just sew right along, and then you're done. Nice and simple.